Hello, my subscribers, especially my new subscribers. Thank you for being here. Welcome back if you're back, and welcome if you are new. I am playing around with glue dots. Has anyone tried glue dots yet? I didn't have micro dots, but I did have these. Bought them in the dollar store. I've tried a couple different ways of getting them in because they're not micro dots. What did I drop? So, can you see that? I just kind of cut it down a little bit, and then I'm just gonna stick it in there. I just wrapped it around. I don't want to touch it because I have oil on my hands. But anyway, let's see how this works. I've been hearing a lot about glue dots, so I like to put a glue dot right here. I just like 5 minutes before filming, I'm like, what is bothering my head? Okay, I think it's the shellfish. I ate a lot of seafood this weekend, going out to dinner and stuff for my birthday. Anyway, here we go. So I am also using in the other side of my tip, I put some of Diamond Art Club's putty. That's a nice square of putty that they've included with your new tray and your new pen. Ready to introduce you guys to the next section of Beauty and Violet. Let me just go through everything here. I have this pen. I didn't put anything in it. Did I just put my tweezer away? Yes. I didn't put anything in it. Let me put something different in this one. Looks like there's a little bit of Dreamer Design wax in there. I don't know when I bought this, but I found it buried in my drawer because, as some of you know, I'm getting my art room together, and I'm finding all this good stuff. So I have Dreamer Design wax, I have a glue dot, and I have Diamond Art Club putty. You guys know I have a lot of pens out in front of me all the time because I switch on and off. Okay, I'm going to leave this guy out because I'm going to show you guys something. I even have an aligner pen. What am I going to put in you? What can we put in you? Let's try. Let me not wait up and open up another piece of wax. Here we go. I'll put Dreamer Design wax in you too. That usually takes a couple of jabs there. I have my tweezers. I'm going to keep that out. Here's how I cut the glue dot. You can see there's some glue still along the side. Okay, let's see if that works. So I'm prepping myself for the next section. I still have my cellophane on here. And move this out of the way. Put these here. So here's the section that we did do when we began this confetti journey together. And I demonstrated using one of the squares that is missing how to find a jumping off point by using the darker drills first and then working your borders. So you're going to have your dark drills, you're going to have your light drills, and then in the middle you're going to have your colored drills, you know, down in a hue, a lighter red, which would be a pink, or a lighter blue, and then you're going to have your accent. So there were only a few little accent drills. You can see them here. These are darker drills. These were darker. These are the accent drills. But I'm going to go all through that again. So I'm going to go into my next block here. And what I did here, if you want to review any of this, it's in the video called Confetti from Chaos to Calm. I use my aligner just to hold that down because everything distracts me. Even a cover minder distracts me. And I got my drills out already in these cute little trays that will hook into each other if you wanted to use it like a palette. These trays are from Art Dot. There were 10. There were 6 of these and 4 of these. And they were $8.99 or $9.99 on Amazon. I will link them. And then what I do is I use a China marker and I mark what colors I'm going to be using with the China marker. It rubs right off. I am working upside down, as you can see. This is the top of my canvas, but I'm working upside down. Make sure when you take your drills out that you're going to use, this is the right side, but I am working upside down. Make sure that your drills match what it is that you're looking for, like this Y. and this arrow, that they're going in the right direction. So I triple checked that. So let me get that out of the way. And so I'm just going to do a review of how we start with confetti. I'm going to tear. You want to start with your shading. For me, I think that that's the easiest part of diving into confetti, is figuring out where your shading is. So if we look, these symbols are in white, and they're in white because your darkest drills, the background color, if they did that in black, you wouldn't be able to see it. So my darkest shade colors are in white symbols. So as I carve this piece out for myself, this is white also, but this is a colored symbol. And here's another, a colored drill. Here's some more that are in white, but they're leading into what would be the lighter colors, which are, of course, done in dark lettering. The symbols are dark, black ink. Now, if you want to, because if you're really very anxious about confetti, you can take that piece that I just cut off and you can cover it all together, just so you don't distract yourself. And I totally get this, which is why the washi tape is here just for demonstration, but I don't washi tape my canvases, not even around the side. And I'll give you a tip for this also, okay? For, you don't want to get this excess glue on you, and you don't want to lean on it. You could even use another piece of release paper and put it down so that you're not leaning on your canvas. But if you would like to block that part out, you have your I have diamond art. When I was jumping into the playground that is confetti, I had too big of a block. I had the standard block, which is 4 inches by 4 inches, or a 10 centimeter by 10 centimeter block. That was too much for me. I was too overwhelmed. So I got a piece of release paper and I folded it in half, and then I folded it again. That's still too big of a block for me to work with. And then I folded it one more time. And here's my release paper that I can put in any direction that I like. I can diamond paint north to south, or I can diamond paint east to west. I opted to go north to south because that's the direction that I started in. So there's my release paper, and that's how I got those little blocks. And so I'm going to take this off. I am going to use it down here so I don't lean on that excess glue that's there. And I'm going to begin with my darkest shade. And for this kit, this is Dreamer Designs. It's a custom kit. The circle here is not black, but it is black brown. Let me try this pen. So this is a new pen. It was buried in my drawer. I never used it. Oh, look at that. That's interesting. I never had that happen with a pen where the putty is just forcing its way out. Oh my gosh. And it has a light on it. I have some putty on the outside. Okay. And so I'm going to start. Now I could multi-place these drills, but I am telling you, the one thing that I am really enjoying, I'm just pointing out to you where all these little circles are. And really take your time. Look at where you're diamond painting. Look at what is going on here. Really take into account, like, give yourself a little pre-game to getting right into the canvas. Just kind of take a look at where you kind of do, if you set up like I do, where you have these 4 trays ready to go. But like I said, I could, if I wanted to, multi-place that. But what I'm discovering with confetti is it is an opportunity for me to practice checkerboarding. So I started in one corner and I'm just working my way on the diagonal. I see a piece of trash in here too. That's another good thing to do, is look at your lines when your drills get aligned. And if there's any gapping, there's usually something, like right here, I have a piece of trash. Where's my little crown? There's my little crown. And if there's any gapping in the line, there's going to be something on the drill. Now this one is not aligning, so it's probably got, here it is, it's this guy. He's got a tab on him. There we go. You see how that drill went right back into place? So doing confetti this way just allows me to slow down. I'm looking for, here we go. These are Dreamer Design tweezers. I have so many tweezers, so I like to take out the tweezers that correspond with the company. So these are Dreamer Design tweezers. It gives me an opportunity to do something that I don't do, which is checkerboarding. It also gives me the opportunity, so now I did a diagonal, now I'm going to skip a line, I'm going to go here, and to just single place, just, you know, breathe, take my time, keep working that diagonal. Going on a diagonal is easy for me. So, yeah, going on a diagonal is easy for me. Now, of course, the cellophane wants to get involved in the show. Here we go. I wanted to thank you guys, too, that came to the live that I had yesterday. And it was so much fun. I was a little nervous because I was kidding up. I don't know that I will kid up again live. it just, like, the drills were staticky, but I wanted to show you guys how I am deciding to store my paintings until I'm ready for them. So what I've been doing, because now I'm cleaning out my art room, you know, finally, and getting it ready. We got the sofa in there, and I had all my diamond painting canvases stacked like most people that, you know, you buy these canvases and then, you know, you put them away in your room. And I was like, well, this is going to have to go, because I moved the bookcases, and the bookcases were kind of hiding them, but there were a lot of them, and I don't like having cardboard around the house. I mean, I just don't. So I decided to open up my kits, and tomorrow what I'm doing is I am going down memory lane for Throwback Thursday. I am going to, it was really my birthday that gave me this idea to you know, just go over the year that I've had diamond painting. It's really been more like a year and a half. And I should really do a row across first, because I see I missed one there. It's going to drive me crazy. There you go. It's really been a year and a half. And when I looked at my paintings as I was taking them out of the room, I was like, you know, I've never done a review. And maybe, being that it's my birthday, it would be a good time to say, a year has gone by. Like, what has happened? You know, I think that I've tried a lot of new things with diamond painting. I think that it took me a while to come into my own and be comfortable with the way that I choose to diamond paint. What makes sense to me. I think when you're a beginner diamond painter, like, you're just looking for instruction, and, you know, it can be overwhelming, you know. I mean, there's a reason why there's all these diamond painters, and you get to see, like, different diamond paintings and different tips and tricks, and you just have to choose what feels good for you. and how you like to diamond paint. So I've been on a journey, let me tell you, and each one of my canvases tells a story. So I thought, okay, well then let them talk. Let them tell the story. And I'm going to be doing a review of my year and a half diamond painting. So, okay, my checkerboarding needs some work, but that's okay. I am now going to fill in these extra ones. I really love being able to practice this way. I really love being able to just single place and take my time and breathe. And I feel like the drills I'm really working on not being perfect. Listen, this is handmade. Handmade is not perfect. Machinery is perfect. But this is handmade, and I love those little quirks to anything that I design. That in the beginning, when I was really doing different mediums of art, and I would be like, oh my God, I made a mistake. Look at this, it's terrible. And then I would put it down, and then I would go back to it, and I would be like, you know what, that's not so bad. It's not so bad. You know, that mistake turned into like maybe the best part of my painting, and that's because there is no mistake. Sometimes the muses are just gathering around you, and, you know, even though you didn't see it and they did right away, we're so eager to rush and say, oh, I made a mistake. You didn't make a mistake. You didn't make a mistake. Can anyone relate to that? Can anyone relate to, I thought I made a mistake, and then it turns out being the best thing that you love about the canvas? This isn't everybody's way. So I had those, you know, pitfalls and being hard on myself, and, you know, but I always wanted to venture and grow into this medium. And, you know, I've recently decided to take the plunge and do some enhancements thanks to Anthony at Single and Placing. If you are looking to, oh, I would really want to enhance my canvas, I would say, oh, head on over to Anthony. I love when he opens an unboxing and he just looks at it and he's like, well, I think this needs a little bit of this. This needs a little bit of that. And maybe I could, oh, I have this in my stash. It's just so, I get so excited when someone is in the creative process and they are, you know, at some point he's talking out loud and he's, you know, he's giving you an idea of how he goes about these enhancements that he makes to the canvas. And I love that. I love that. Which is why I want to have, I need a couple more. How about that? I try not to, okay? I try not to put a lot in this tray because I have a cat, and, you know, I think setting up could be disaster, but let's not make it a big disaster. Does this one have a tab on him? He sure does. You're going. Okay. But I only need a few more, so maybe I'll just do my hunt and peck in here. Yeah, so I love that. And you guys that have been with me since the beginning, you know, I think if anyone were to ask, well, what is this girl's channel about? They would say creative process. The girl will always talk about creative process and how people create and where they create. So I just love when people talk out loud. That's the second time that I said talk out loud. Who doesn't talk out loud? What I mean to say is think out loud. I love when creators are thinking out loud and you get to be a part of that. You know, sometimes when Lizette at Lizette Craft and Tells, she does the same thing, and it gives you a peek. Gives you a peek into their mind. So I am done with you, Guy, and I'll show you how easy this comes off. It just rubs off. There you go. I feel so awkward in my chair, but right now you guys can't see it. He commandeered my chair. So we started with the darkest color, which was a black brown, and we put in part of our shading, because shading, if you look at any painting or a portrait, you can tell where the light comes in, you can tell where the shading comes in. Shading congregates together. It's not all one color. Sometimes it's black, sometimes black brown, pewter, grays, you know, and you even do shading with light also. So here we go, break time's over. So we did our shading here with the darkest color. And then what I did when I was looking at what colors I was going to pull out of this was like, well, what's next to most of this color, which were the dot symbol? And I see I had another big hunk, and they're not right next to, but if I wanted to, I can fill in another color that's of shading that there's a lot of. I can do that. But what was right next to, because you're going to work your board. Let's just stay with, you know, the way that I had broken this down originally and work our borders. So around my borders, I have these little flowers. And that's the nice thing about shading. And you notice how the flowers are next to the black brown. They kind of congregate together. Well, they don't kind of, they do. So here is my next color. And here's what I mean about the muses, and sometimes you don't know why you do something, but you do. When I kit up, I look at what this DMC color is. And I've been doing this for a while. Down in my logbook, what the color is and the symbol. And this is one of my favorite. This is avocado green black. So we have black brown and we have avocado green black. That was used for the shading of this beautiful portrait. I'm going to put her picture up if I haven't already. If, you know, the future me hasn't already. Future me put the picture up. And that was, you know, another thing with me not wanting to use release paper, because I wanted to be able to see the portrait, and I am a creator. Let me use a different pen. Let's try a different pen. Let's see how this glue dot, oh, it's coming apart. This makeshift micro, I thought I had micros in my art room. I can't believe I don't have micro glue dots, but let's see. People love their glue dots. I was listening to Mia Living with KLS. I'm sorry if I get that wrong. Mia, I just love Mia. And she's like, I use my glue dot, I haven't changed it, and she does mega confetti. So I could see if I had a glue dot, and then you get that satisfaction of that popping sound. But I think it's probably better. Okay. I don't like this around here. I'm afraid it's going to touch the other drill, so I'm getting rid of you. I tried it, but I have to get the proper ones. Here we go. I'm going to switch to my Diamond Art Club putty. Let's see how you do. I like putty in a single placer. You know, I know a lot of diamond painters don't, but there's that snappy pop that we all love. What's going on with you, guy? Oh, maybe because I don't have a drill on there. That might be why a drill didn't pop down. I know a few diamond placers that will put putty in a single placer, and I know some that are just, you know, no, that's for wax and not for putty. I think too, when you're doing this kind of patchwork and you decide which way you want to move, whether across or on a diagonal, I think too it gives you a better chance at finding what you're looking for, because your eye is, my putty is getting stringy. You know why? It's like 110 here in Philly. 110. It's like 98 degrees out, but they're like, it feels like 110. I'm like, gee, thanks. We're all not, you know, I mean, I know they have to report the weather, but there's that snappy pop. It's just the, I don't like any kind of residue on my canvas. And you can't get this stuff off once it gets on there. I'm sorry, you just can't. Pop, pop, pop. Well, being that there's nothing on this side, I can use this to adjust my drills. Can I even pick up? Oh yeah, there's still a little sticky stuff on there. I do love, from Dreamer Design, I can grab it really quick because I have everything in order on my desk. I love these from Dreamer Design. This tool, because all I have to do is wet it and I will be able to pick up my drills, which is why I have a water bottle on my desk. I'm actually going to spray it into one of my trays here. See, I have a little bit of water there. I could pick up ABs now with that. So I'll show you. Here's something else. Another little demo. I just use water, not a lot, and it picks up the drill. And it's great for these hot days. You don't need to dip in water every single time. It's great for these hot days when your wax is sliding all over the place and when your putty is stringy and you're just getting annoyed. Don't get annoyed. This is your time. This is your time that you carved out for yourself. And the effects are a positive one when we're able to, whether diamond paint together in a community or with friends or, oh, did I drop that? Whether you diamond paint in a community or you diamond paint with friends. Oh, these are glued together. I'm like, why are they sticking? Okay. There you go. And another thing I've learned with my diamond painting is that you don't have to press very hard. Just a light touch. These canvases are so sticky, as we know. I mean, look at them. They're so sticky. I don't even seal my canvases anymore because I have complete faith that my drills are securely in. And then you could just do a scan over just to see, did I get all those little flowers? And knowing that it's a white symbol helps, so I can ignore all these dark symbols here. Okay, be gone with you. I'm gonna put you and your little case here. And so look how easy it is to find these guys here that are up next, the arrows. I'll go back to my, you know, I'm going to wind up getting another diamond painting pen out shortly because I just like having different diamond pens to work with. This one has a tab. My washi tape is coming up. It was so funny. John gave me a card and it had washi tape all over it. I'm like, what is this? He's like, open it up. And I'll show you guys. Look at all the washi tape. And it's from Foofy. Does he put washi tape in here too? Oh no, he just put his paws in my ink pad. Because Foofy loves my washi tape. And last night after my live, I wanted to get ready. I have one more box. Well, actually, I have two more canvases in boxes, and one of them is Daydreamer by Curtis Reikovich. And Foofy must have got in my room because when I took the drills out, 2 bags spilled all over because he punctured holes in there. So that was the end of my evening after having such a pleasant evening with all you guys last night. Foofy got into my bags and he punctured them and he, you know, did his thing. I don't know what it is with cats and glue. What is that? Anybody know? Me and Fufi share the same birthday. So, I tried not to lose it too much. But I'm going to have to get a lock on my door. Not that he can open the door, but I have to get a lock on my door. Because I just really want that to be my room, my privacy. Okay, look at how easy that was. Oh, did I give you guys the number, the whatchamacallit for this? I don't think I did. This is 828. This is, I'm sorry, 823. Navy blue dark. Black, brown, avocado, green, black, and then dark navy blue. So pretty that shading is. And I think I do this for myself too, because these things kind of stay in my mind, because I draw a lot also, and you know, I have like a little color scheme of shading in my mind already for when I need to, or I want to do something. Okay, so navy blue dark, you're done. And so I'm going to go to this big juicy Y that's upside down. It's really this way on the canvas, but it's upside down, so it's that to me. Let's shake it out. How interesting, a round drill. These are pretty good. I'm not really finding a lot of trash in this kit for a custom kit. I really love this painting. Okay, there's something in there. And this is 3799 Pewter Gray, very dark. And that's going to be this big, juicy part of additional shading here. I love being able to set up my drills because, you know, I am actually doing a little tutorial here for you guys, but I start in the middle of the line. But this, you know, doing 4 colors like this, it moved quickly, but I would still then take the opportunity to get up, get myself something to drink, and you know, stretch, really. You know, John has been home since Friday was his last day, and he has been doing a lot of his own studio work, and he's been doing a lot of sitting, and he was complaining that his back, and I'm like, John, you're not used to it. You're usually on the street all day. You're usually walking around. You're carrying packages and stuff. And he's like, oh my God, my back is killing me. He's like, my hamstrings are tight. And I'm like, yep, that's why I force myself to get up. I mean, you guys, I would love to do like a little comparison of what you think I'm doing when I'm videotaping and what I'm actually doing. when I come in between colors like this, where I get up and then like I put YouTube on and I put the dance music on and I dance around the house for like 10 minutes. What you think she's doing and what she's actually doing. She's actually dancing around the house. I don't sit here the entire time and just videotape. I want to give my eyes a break. My eyes have become a big thing for me because of that whole dry eye issue that I had, and you know, having the doctor say, hey, look, you know, this is what goes on, you know, just like every other part of your body. And me being a yin yoga teacher, where I help you stretch your fascia and, you know, juice it up with hyaluronic acid so that you will begin to bring blood flow into that area. And blood flow means, you know, regenerating your cells, and it's just so good for the body. I love yin yoga. Once I get into my room, I'll be doing much more yin because I'm not teaching that much. Here's a few more here. And then this would be where I put my pen down and I take a look at my work and I get up and dance around the house. So we're going to move into the next stage. That was just a recap of finding your shading, working your borders, filling in the gaps, and look how quickly that went. I'm talking, so it's like 40 minutes in already, but the next we're going to find the light, and we're going to move into that. Be right back. Okay, so before we move into this lower section where we still have some shading with, you see the white symbol, so we still have some shading, a nice chunk of it. I call them like little islands, but it is a lighter color. This color here is antique blue medium, so the name tells you everything. Antique blue medium. It's not really a dark shade, it's not really a light shade, but it's falling into a shade. We still have I was jumping ahead. We still have these H's here, which I call them H's. They're actually I's. They look like H's on their side. And this color here is pewter gray dark. So we had pewter gray very dark, and this is just pewter gray dark. So that's this color here. I set up when I took my little break. So easy to find when you're working your borders, and you know, I feel like I can breathe. I said this in the last video. I just feel like I can breathe when I am doing confetti this way. It's made it so much easier for me that I was looking at this canvas before you all got here. And I was like, oh, I think I can do this big section right off the side. I don't even have to, like, yeah, that's how ambitious I am. I'm always ready to fly. I need to be tied down to my chair. All right, so that was easy. So I'm going to put this guy away. Let me wipe his little symbol off. And then I am going to move into, now I could continue to work these borders, but I can see that what is around this border here is the bow tie. But he's also down here too. So I'm going to opt to this color here, which is like the arrow in a U-turn. This is dark violet. And what else is interesting about your DMC codes is sometimes you can even just go in order of the numbers. So I have 317, 327, and 931. So I could do this violet, which is also a white symbol. Let's move you over here. Or I could go in here. I think I'm going to continue to work those borders and just concentrate on this accent color here. Dark violet. Such a pretty color. Oh my gosh, look at that color. And then after all that darkness, I'm on it. I'm on it with these dark colors. Let's see. Let's try and work the putty again. Clean up my sides. There comes a point where the putty just gets in there the right way, and it's not so annoying anymore. And I think too, being that I do change my pens a lot. See, I get a little confused with patchwork. Oh, I had this on too, so my hand didn't touch. I think I'm going to go across, move across. That popping sound is everything. And that's what I mean by, you know, finding what works for you. How does it all work for you? What makes you comfortable? It's interesting too because your shading not only collects together, but when the colors change, they usually change in a pattern. They're kind of swoopy or up and down. So, you know, if you wanted to, you know, this is all, I take this stuff as stuff that like, it kind of just drops into your subconscious. And okay, you're done. You're out. You're out. We're moving on to my stick pen. I just find that these skinny pens, oh, I actually left this out because, how about this, guys? There's a piece of plastic on each side. You can actually put these right on your canvas. How about that? So I find with these stick pens, they're better when you're getting into these tight places. But yeah, I was saying, I think that this stuff kind of, you know, being a student of the artist way, you're always filling the well. And you'll find that you might not use the information for what it's intended right away, or maybe yes, right away. See that putty? Oh, that makes me crazy. But it will come back to you with something else that you're doing. Whether it's the shading or the movement of the shading, the flow of the shading. So how do we do here? Pretty good. Okay, we're done with you. And you can move out of the way. And now I could, you know, just keep working those borders where I continue with the next shade on that border, which is the bow tie, because it is going to come down here, but I'm eager to get these blue ones here. This is, what is your color again? Antique, medium blue. I have quite a few here too. So I have my pen, and I'll just keep my hand up higher. And, you know, something else too. Keep your hand relaxed. I've come to learn that I don't have to press so hard. These are really kind of scattered, but I'm still trying to practice my patchwork. And you know, you know, just as soon as you touch down, the canvas is grabbing that drill. So, you know, and we want to keep our hand relaxed because we want to diamond paint. We want to diamond paint. We don't want to have crampy fingers and hands. We want to be able to diamond paint for as long as we desire. I think sometimes too that I actually diamond paint faster, single placing, because I'm taking my time. I'm taking my time. I love moving on the diagonal, and you'll find, you know, your way of moving that makes you feel comfortable. Look how pretty that looks. And then here and here, and then move on the diagonal. And then here, and then I'll go back and fill in. Oops. So I have used this canvas to demonstrate some mild confetti. Now there is a square underneath here that I thought, well, I've taught how to find your shading. And another thing I wanted to tell you guys, if you didn't watch the original video, the first part of this video, you can also use your telephone. Use your telephone, okay? How old do you think I am? You can use your cell phone. My husband is making a movie about the different decades that we grew up in, and you know, we've been doing a lot of work on telephones, so some of you guys will never know the agony of call waiting or someone else being on the other line of the phone when you're waiting for someone to call. And call waiting was like, oh, this has got a hole in it. Call waiting was like, oh my gosh, we felt so sophisticated when our family was able to get call waiting, and you didn't, you know, you could click somebody else in. There's a call waiting on the other line. You can use your cell phone and put your camera on and look at your canvas. Even if you're having a hard time looking at things and maybe you don't have like a handheld magnifier, there's a magnifier on your phone, or you can just look through your camera lens. The camera lenses are so sensitive and sophisticated that, you know, I think at this point of my journey, like, it's really all you need is your cell phone and to look into your camera, and you can really expand as far and wide as you want to. So I'm making sure, because I'm getting myself distracted, I filled in all those little, for me, it looked like a sunrise because it was upside, or sunrise or a sunset because it was upside down. So I would say that you are done. And then I am going to fill in number 317 pewter gray, which are these bow ties here. Again, working my borders. This is the border color, and there's a lot of them. Now there's a few dotted, which would be, it looks like N to me, but it's U. And a few little accent colors. But I'm going to go with this bow tie, of course. I love these little stick pens. I love them. They're so comfortable, and it's really all you need. I don't think that as diamond painters we say that enough, that everything that you need does come in your kit. You get a tray, you get wax, you get your little stick pen, you get some of these multi-placers. Granted, they might be more of the fat ones and not the skinny ones like this one, meaning skinny placer. Oh, look at that. Meaning like a skinny placer. But really, you have everything that you need. And when I started this journey, I was like, I am not going out and buying all this stuff. Well, okay, well, that lasted about a minute. But I did a good job. I did a good job of at least getting to know these guys, and they're some of my favorite pens. And I use my squishy because I developed this lump on my hand here from writing and not using my squishy. And you can see right where my pen lands. So, something else I gotta take care of. I love this antique blue. Pretty color. I'm loving all the colors in Bridgerton. I'm loving the family. I'm only in the first season. And I love when the mother went into one of the girls' rooms and said, "It's about time you start dressing in the family colors." I'm like, oh, wow, look at that. They actually match their living room, because their living room is done. Everything is done in the family color. So no wonder why their portraits were so beautiful. They were dressed in the family color, and they designed their homes in the family colors. Such a feast for the eyes. Okay, where do I want to go next? I'm going to go into my lighter shades. Well, I do have like some more shading here with this accent color of more bow ties. So let me grab that. And being that there are not that many of number 3834, which is right next to the dark violet. This is actually dark grape. I'm going to do a hunt and peck here. There's not a lot of colors in this kit either. Like, there wasn't a lot of drills for each color. So I'm just going to do a hunt and peck here. I hope you guys find this method fun and relaxing, and that it's going to allow you to take a chance and venture. Get a small kit. I did that when I was looking to venture into square drills, because most of my diamond paintings were round. They all were round. So before I ventured into my square drill canvas, which was the Winter Fox, and I don't even know how many drills are on that or what the dimensions are. It was huge. I had a panic attack when I was unboxing it. That was fun. All right, so that guy is done. Grape is done. There's still a little bit more shading with these plus signs, so I'm going to get that one. That's with the girl math. I have these symbols together in the math section. Numbers, addition, subtraction, multiplication. Only one multiplication here. So this color is what? 3041 Antique Violet Medium. So yeah, I would say get a small kit, which is what I did. I got Wink from Diamond Art Club, which was the little black cat. And I practiced setting squares before I ventured into the Winter Fox. And I may have done another square too before I actually did the Winter Fox, because I just was like I'm too ambitious. I'm too ambitious, and I really jumped the gun with that canvas, and I was like, no, I love this canvas. This has got a hole in it. Where'd my little crown go? I love this canvas. I love the artwork, and I want to be able to enjoy it. I have two little accents here. The X 3860, which is cocoa. And is it this color here? Because it's going in the opposite direction. Yes. 779, which is Cocoa Dark. Isn't that interesting? There's just two little dabs. Cocoa and Cocoa Dark. How about that? And then we move into the light. Now you can work your borders and get these little guys out of the way, since you know exactly where they are, which is this U. Is it U? Am I looking at things upside down? That's the color that I need. This is color 502, which is a blue-green. And again, I'm just doing a hunt and peck here. I am so loving doing confetti this way. Again, just checking my borders. Here's two here. And you notice it's backwards, right? So we did the dark and then we did the accents, but being that we have all this filled in already, we can see the little accent colors, and then we can fill in that nice juicy part of light, because everything else has been filled in. I have a couple of 7s here, but they're kind of straggly, so I'm going to go with this H. Again, take a minimal amount out. You don't need to have, like, you know, a whole full tray of drills. And, you know, God forbid if you have a spill. I know diamond painters are the best. Let me just tell you that, because I have seen some disasters on different websites of children that have playfully gotten into diamond drills wanting to help on some really, you know, outstanding work, and you know, confetti canvases, and I feel so bad, but the diamond painters are always just very, well, you know, I left it out on the table so I don't leave. I clean my desk every night, and I've gotten my husband into the habit of putting his stuff away, and he's like, I can't tell you how much better I feel that I do this now. Like, you know, I'm taking a page out of your book, and I am putting my stuff away, and it's so, you know, I get more work done because I know that my desk is clear. I'm like, isn't it great? And he's like, I love it. So yeah, see, I get confused with my patchwork. I'm gonna go in and fill my patchwork in before I make a bigger mess, because I get overwhelmed. And I have to teach myself how to cope with it. And this is, you know, I would love to see a pretty pattern on my canvas of all patchwork, but if I'm going to get confused, then I don't do it. One day I will. And there's just a couple of 7s over there. See if I was smart. Well, I'm saving that tip for this guy that's underneath here. So you're going to have to tune in next week for this guy here, because that's an I would say that this is really, really, truly heavy confetti. I'll give you guys a sneak peek. And I'm going to test all that out for you and make it easy for you. I'm going to do the work so that you don't get overwhelmed. And then we'll meet up here again for another session on how to enjoy confetti and how to turn our chaos into calm and into something joyful. And, you know, you can't help but be happy when you realize that you can tackle this, that there's a way of tackling it, and you can have fun, because I'm having fun. I am so having fun doing this. I'm having so much fun that I'm like, I'm all over the place. But yeah, I'm so happy that you know, again, like I said, sometimes we don't know where our creativity is going to inspire us. And so, you know, just by, you know, I was actually working with charcoals is what I was doing. And then I came down here to diamond paint, and I was thinking about this artist, which I know that we've used his canvas, Paul Francois Quinzac is the artist to Beauty and Violet. We haven't learned a lot about him. I haven't told you anything about him, and that's because there's not really much to tell, but I do want to have like a little Paul Francois Quinzac, a little bit of a chat about this fellow. This Bello, this beautiful boy. He is handsome. He is very handsome. and his artistic vision. He is another painter who painted mythological, and I've only seen this painting once referred to as Diana, and they refer to it as Beauty in Violet, also known as Diana. Now when I look at this, and I looked at this on a different art website that I go to, and they kind of brightened up the painting, you know, for you to really see it. She has like a sort of chest plate on her, and she kind of looks like a warrior. She turned from a beauty into a warrior, and I was like, I do believe that this is Diana. So here we go. Only a few sevens, and our little, oh, so yummy, confetti piece here is done. And like I said, I hope you guys had a wonderful time. This is Pewter Light doing this with me and doing it this way. And let me just get a little tray here. I'll take one of my bigger ones just so we can get this in here. What did I say this was? Oh, Pewter Light. Pewter Light. And of course it's Pewter Light because it's in the light. Oh, I hope you guys enjoyed this. I really do. I really hope that you're expanding into confetti, and I hope that you know, you're doing something that you didn't think that you could do, because that's what I thought with confetti. I thought I can never do that, and here I am. I'm doing it. I'm doing it. Look at me, Ma. Like that trick of keeping the wax. If you use a lot of wax, there you go. You know, nobody wants to stop and open this up and get it out and pull the plastic, put it right on your top of your canvas, and you're good to go. I'm so happy. So let's take a look at this and where we are, and then I'm going to give you a sneak peek of that next section. Here we go. So here's our beauty, Diana. I'm going to call her Diana. She's a beauty in violet, but for me, I do believe that she is Diana, especially if my future self remembered to put that picture up there. So we're coming into this section the next time. So we've moved from dark, then we moved from dark into light, and we did our accent colors and our middle of the road medium. There was only Pewter Light was the only light color here. And let me see here. Let me see if I can pull this back. Did I cut this already for you guys? I have a bunch of tweezers here. Let me see. Oh yes, so here's where we're going next week, because you're going to say, this is great, Elisa, but what do we do here when all the symbols are light? What do we do here? Well, I'm going to work this out for you guys, and I'm going to turn this chaos once again into calm, and we're going to do it together. And just by looking at it the way that I am looking at it, I would say get your cell phones ready, and I'll show you a trick that you can do with your cell phone for that. And I'm going to have another set up for your drill trays. Okay, so if you don't have these by Art Dot and you don't have to go out and get them, I'm going to show you how you can use what I know you already have. And that's it, my loves. Thank you for joining me. Thank you again for coming into the live last night. Thank you for subscribing and being here and adding to the community and talking to the other diamond painters that are here. I said it last night in my live. It warms my heart when I see you all chit-chatting together, and you're kind of getting to know each other, and you're going to each other's channels if you have channels. So that's a beautiful thing, and I love it, and that's what I really wanted to create here. So thank you, and keep creating that world that you want to live in. Keep taking chances. Keep expanding your knowledge and your love of this beautiful craft of diamond painting. And I will see you, as always, in the next one. Bye.